Hi everybody, welcome. It's Wednesday. I didn't quite manage Monday or Tuesday this week, but never mind, I give up with days now. They've all rolled into one. I am going to talk to you today about the humble squat. Now, do not panic and switch off, okay? If you are 8 or you are 80, the squat is really useful to you. And I'm going to show you how, and I'm going to show you why it's really important to have a squat. Now, you might think, do you know what? I'm in my 80s. I'm not about to start squatting. What crazy thing are you talking about? Or you may be thinking, do you know what? I'm in my 30s. I squat all the time. I don't need help with my squatting. I have a solution for both our older age group and our younger age group. Okay, the squat is essential in life, and I'll tell you why. Because I have my chair here for a reason. If I want to sit down and I want to stand up, that is essentially the same movement as doing a squat, okay? And you need to be able to sit down and stand up, whatever your age may be. So let's tackle the older age group first. So, older age group, don't run away, don't panic. There are really easy ways to improve the squat and therefore help you do your sit to stand when you're getting up from the sofa, from the chair, etc. So this is one of the first things we see in our older clients, is that as the mobility drops, their ability to get out of a chair drops. And it's so important that we keep that function because it's an everyday thing. We need to do it all the time. So what most people do is they sit down, they do that all right, because they get to about here and then they just collapse into their chair, their sofa, their whatever, okay? So you can get down. The problem is getting back up again, okay? So what a lot of people do is this. See my hands? They push themselves up. Now, there is a problem with that, okay? And that is that over time, if you don't use these muscles, you will lose the ability to stand and sit without assistance, okay? And then soon, pushing, even that is getting quite difficult. So what we need to do is train this. And it doesn't matter what age you are, you need to train this. You know, I've seen people in their 40s starting to push themselves up. Don't get into that habit. It's really dangerous. So 2 things we need to do. If you're of the older age bracket, if you're of the younger age bracket, bear with me. Some of this will be useful for you, but I'm going to get to you. So don't run away. So older age group. Okay. So you are now struggling with getting down to the chair. So you get to about here and you collapse. Okay. And just fall into the chair. This is bad for many, many reasons. A, you could start to hurt yourself, but B, you're not working the muscles that get you from standing to sitting. So I have a solution, a simple solution, and that is that you've got to train the range that you've got. So if you're stood from here and you can do this and then collapse, then work this range. And the way you do it is this: you take your chair, ideally a sturdy chair, while you're doing your exercises, and we're going to take some books. Now I have some pretty hefty orthopedic books, so these will do the job perfectly. I'm going to pop them on my chair. I've got lots of them, so I may as well use them. Here we are. So I've now made my chair taller, okay? So from here, I can now use the range I've got. I can sit, as long as I don't fall over, on my book, okay? And now I've only got to get up from this position. Okay, here's my books, which is considerably easier than getting up from all the way down, yeah? If you're all the way down, you've effectively got to do a squat from 90 degrees, possibly even more than that. And that is quite challenging. So feet ideally forward. You're going to lean forward and then you're going to try slowly to stand up. Now, slow is really important. I'm going to come back to this in a little bit. So if you are a really strong person, you're in the gym, you're doing squats with weights, and you can't do that now because we don't have any gyms to go to, slowing down your movement is one of the first stages for overloading your muscles. Overload is essential. If we don't overload our muscles, we don't work them, we don't strengthen them, it just doesn't work. Okay, you could do your arm movement like this, you could do that all the time. Beer, glass, as we all know. Okay, we could do this all the time. I'm not overloading that muscle because it's easy for me. So over time, this muscle will actually get weaker. So again, if I don't overload these muscles, they will never get stronger. So I have to start somewhere. So if for you, where you need to start is that I need to pack up my books, so I've only got a tiny little movement, then that's what I do. Okay, so the first movement is to get down. Okay, so if you get to here with control, that's great. If you have to push yourself back up, do you know what? It's a start. Do that really slowly and you will be working the muscles that you need to work. Okay. And then once you've got down sorted and you can get down, I'm just holding my books because I think they're going to fall off. And that would be quite embarrassing on a live video with some of you watching. Hello, everyone who's watching. It's lovely to see you. So once I can get down, the next thing is to get up with control. So I may have to start quickly. I may have to go, ugh, because that's all I've got. I've got momentum to get me up. If I have to start there, I have to start there. But what we really want is to be able to start. You see, I knew I was going to fall off. I knew that was going to happen. Oh. What I really want to do is when I go up, I do it really slowly. Because if I do it really slowly, I have to use my leg muscles. So as that gets easier, you can see what happened to my books, can't you? I take a book away and therefore I go a little bit lower. And I can therefore grade it and graduate it down till I can sit and stand on a full chair. So let's take that sit and stand on a full chair. So now I'm doing the same thing. I can now go all the way down. Put your hands across your chest if you need to stop them trying to help you. Slowly. Bottom goes out. Can't sit otherwise, okay? Bottom goes out and I go down slowly and with control. And now the really hard bit. I want to get up. So I have to lean forward to get up and I control. You can feel the muscles start to work and I control that movement up. Now, if you're fit, healthy and strong, normally go to the gym, I suggest you give it a go because slow is not easy. Slow is difficult. Okay, so you can do this. The key things when you are down, so this is more for fit and healthy people. Please don't fall off, Hayley. Thank you. I'll try not to. I can just see that happening. I really can. I'm going to end up with Sid on the floor somewhere. Anyway, what you really want to do next, I don't know if you can see my knees. I should have put white trousers on. We don't want to splay our legs. So this is the next thing people do, okay? They do, to get up. We want our legs neutral if we can. So we may as well train it in that position. My microphone's now getting in the way. So from here, I'm going to lean forward. I'm going to have to think about this. It's quite hard to do slow. As you come forward, you want to load these legs and you will feel them load. And you want to come up straight. You don't want to come up like this or like this. We want to come up straight, super straight. Okay, so we're going to be strengthening our muscles equally. So we want to strengthen the inside and the outside of these muscles so we don't get twists in the knee, which is really important. Okay, and one of the ways to get rid of twisted knees is to realign what we call the quad muscles, so the muscles at the front of your leg. So if you are a gym person now, okay, you used to going to the gym and doing big heavy weights, you may squat considerably further than 90 degrees. That is fine, okay? You don't actually need to necessarily go too much deeper for functional movement than 90 degrees, okay? So don't get panicky about that. As long as you get up and off your sofa, and actually sometimes that is more than 90 degrees, isn't it? But as long as you get up and down off your sofa without holding on, you will be strengthening things and this will really help you. However, if you now can't go to the gym and you want to work that squat, there's a few things you can work in this environment. And the real key, I would say, is form, is performance, okay? If you go to the gym and you put a weight on your back and you're used to doing big, heavy squats, I bet your form is not as good as it could be. And the reason I say that is because most people do it really quickly and therefore you don't notice feet twisting, knees twisting, hips twisting. If you now get rid of your weight because you're not in a gym, you haven't got a weight, and you try and do that squat really well, so back up, bottom out, knees at 90 degrees, knees staying behind your feet. Your knees should never come forward of your feet, and you do that super slow. Going down, you'll probably manage. As you come up, you'll feel your knees trying to twist. You'll feel them trying to push you out. You'll probably feel your feet, if you're doing it barefoot, having to do some work. So these are the things you can work on while you can't get into the gym, because honestly, if you can get that alignment and that strength super slowly, when you get back into the gym in a few months' time and you put that weight rack back on your back, your squat will have improved enormously. Your muscle balance will have improved. Your stability will have improved. Your core activation will improve because you have to activate your core to do your squat safely. And so you'll probably find that even having not lifted a weight for some time, you will have a better squat and maybe even able to lift more. So the squat, the humble squat, is so important. We need to get in and out of our chairs and we just need it for everyday activities. So that's my top tip for you this week. That's my task for you to go away and have a go at. Have a play with your chairs. See if you can do it incredibly slowly, and, you know, pop some comments on and tell us how you're finding it. You know, is that hard? Is that easy? Do things hurt when you do it? Let us know. We can perhaps advise on some of those things. It's all about getting these knees strong, getting the quads strong, getting the biomechanics of that lower body correct as you stand and you sit. And then I think maybe we'll look at getting up off the floor, which I know is a challenge for many people. But ultimately, again, that's kind of just a lunge, so we can work on that. So have a go at this. Nice simple exercise. If you're fit and healthy, slow it right down, do your full squat, have a look at whether you twist or turn or how challenging that may be. If you're older or struggling or have mobility problems, pop the bits and bobs up on the chair and slowly down and up. Build that range slowly over a few weeks. I hope you're all doing okay. Take care. Remember, we still do have video appointments available. So if you are in pain, don't sit there in pain. Let us try and help you. Take care, everyone. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.